Aries. Hello Aries, Joe, and welcome to your March bi-weekly spirit guided message. This is going to be a message combined with a number of cards, including the tarot, okay? So we're going to build on a message here, Aries, and get into the tarot. And we're going to see, what does Spirit want you to know for first half of March? What's the theme for you? If this is your story, if it speaks to you, resonates with you, as always, I appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, and a subscribe if you want to hear more. Nice, you have the bee. The bee. This is about productivity and reward. Focusing your intention. Letting your desire be the driving force, Aries. And you have a blessing of the earth. Time to nap. You've probably been working very hard. It's time to reap some of those rewards, Aries. It's time to reap some of the rewards, some of the fruits of your labor, that hard-earned, that sweat equity that you've been putting in. And breathe and become aware from the angels. Breathe and become aware. Definitely need some time, Aries, to recuperate and get yourself back in alignment, possibly. We'll pull one of these. And surrender, Aries. Wow. Surrender. Surrender is hard. Surrender is incredibly tough. There's more power, though, in the surrender than there is in the fight, okay? Definitely more power in the surrender than there is in the fight. You have the bee. This is a sweet reward and productivity. And the affirmation is, with focused intention and diligence, I accomplish great things that benefit many beings. So your work is not only benefiting you, Aries, but it's benefiting those around you. I'll read the affirmation here for you. So Aries, it's believe in yourself. You're capable of more than you realize. Take your interests and passions seriously, so you commit time and energy to their development and expression. When you live as your true self, doing work that has meaning for you, you are helping many more beings than you realize. Your inner light has a positive, contagious effect. It lights up the lives of those around you, so let yourself shine, Aries. Do not be afraid to work hard, but also make time to enjoy your life. There is a distinct need for what you have to offer. So Aries, when you're doing everything that you're doing out of a grateful heart, with gratitude, with joy, with expression, expressing your true, authentic self, it's not just you that's reaping the reward, okay? It's others around you. It could be in your work, your place of work. You have a blessing of the earth. It's card number 1. This is getting back to the basics, and time for a nap here also. So this is these two cards here, the blessing of the earth and time for a nap. It's about time to do some self-care, Aries, and you have breathe and become aware. So you may need some time out, Aries, to just recuperate and to nurture some of your own personal needs. And again, surrender. So what are you being asked to surrender? You're working really hard, and it's time for you to take a little time, take a little break from what you're doing to reflect. And that surrender, like I said, is, it's harder to surrender sometimes than it is to fight or to keep going against the current. Sometimes it's in that surrender and that quiet time and that feeling of unexpected, or the feeling of not knowing how things are going to turn out. And the surrender doesn't mean surrender isn't giving up, Aries. Surrender is just letting the universe take its course of action for you. So we're going to pull a major from the Crow Tarot, and then we're going to pull some minor arcana cards, and we're going to finish your message. You have judgment again. Judgment, this is a wake-up call for you, Aries. There's something that needs to be made known to you. There's a revelation that needs to come through, Aries. And sometimes when we're too busy, like the bee, when we're too busy, we miss those little messages, those little things that are trying to get our attention. And so maybe you've been so busy and working so hard that you've lost sight of your purpose, your goal, your path. You might just have been fighting against the odds at sometimes, feeling like you're fighting against the odds. And, you know, sometimes we need to just pull away and let, when we get frustrated, let nature take its course. So let's pull these tarot cards and let's get into your message. So judgment is the wake-up call. The judgment comes in that quiet time, connecting with the earth, the time for a nap, and that breathe and become aware, and that surrender. That's where really judgment comes into play here, because that's where you're able to open your mind and your heart. And whoop, that's too many. You're able to open your mind and your heart and to become more aware of what Spirit is trying to communicate to you. There we go. That's the last card. Yep, see, you have Four of Swords. This is time for a nap, breathe and become aware, and surrender. Remember, Aries, surrender is not defeat. Surrender is where we often get our answers, and this awareness comes through, and that pause, and in that speculation, that self-analysis, and just taking our hands off the situation. And instead of being an active participant, we kind of become somewhat a spectator and let the universe handle things, because sometimes it's the only way we get the answers we're looking for. And that time for a nap and that Four of Swords, it's really time to pull back, Aries, in the first 2 weeks of March. If you feel like you're fighting against the current, fighting against the tide, there's answers in letting the universe take its course for you. That judgment is not only the answers coming through, it's not only the wake-up call that you're going to get, but it's the universe bringing judgment upon the situation and the circumstances that you're facing. And the Four of Swords is actually really beautiful, because it really connects with that surrender and the blessing of the earth from the spirit guides, and that breathe and becoming aware. You've been so busy, Aries. I mean, you really have been busy with this B card coming out, but you're going to reap the rewards. But you might be so frustrated not seeing that come through quite yet. You have here Judgment again, and the King of Wands is the first minor card out, and it's you're very focused on your driving force. You're very focused on your passion and your accomplishments, and you're very driven toward a goal-oriented situation. You might feel like you're not seeing quite the results that you want. With the Six of Swords here, you might have a little bit of reservation about this coming through. You've been putting in all the work with the Three of Pentacles, okay? And you know, it's time to maybe lay down your swords for just a short time, not in the entire first 2 weeks of March, but this could be a day or two of letting things just play out and allowing things to take their natural course, without having to be so focused on determining the outcome in the way that you see it should be. Sometimes we got to just be accepting of the outcome, because the universe, spirit has bigger and better plans for you. So again, I do feel like you almost have to just remember that your success is not going to be limited. You kind of feel like your success at this point has been somewhat limited, and you're not seeing all the hard work pay off, but it's going to pay off for you. And again, that Four of Swords, I think, is very important. It's really time to disconnect and pull away just a little bit, Aries. Now, we have the Three of Pentacles here, Aries. Again, this is all about that hard work that you've been putting into your situation. And I think it's time to just take a small break and let go, and let the divine work its magic in your circumstances. I do want to pull one final message for you, Aries, here. the Queen of Swords, you're going to be receiving direct communication from somebody, and I think it's in that direct communication really is going to bring a clear awareness of how to attack and approach your situation for maximum benefit. So that might be part of this waiting for things to play out with that Queen of Swords. It's definitely somebody coming through, directly communicating with you. It might be just something that they say that triggers a thought in your mind, and in that it comes the answer you've been looking for. Sometimes all it takes is somebody to say something, or just to simply hear something that's so basic that allows us to have an epiphany. And I think that Queen of Swords is all about the epiphany coming through for you. Yep, and the seven of Wands here. You're not gonna feel like you're fighting your way through this constantly anymore. So I think that's finally, it's like once this comes through, once you get that clarity and that clarification, once that communication from coming through with the Queen of Wands here, or Queen of Swords here, it's that direct communication that gives you a big realization on how to approach something differently. So you're no longer going to be succeeding, but only because you've been putting a great deal of effort and fight into it. Really, it's going to kind of fall away. You're going to get a better solution and path forward, Aries. We're going to pull one more, see if we can get one more card out for you, Aries, and end the message here. Yep, you have the Two of Wands. That's your answer. Your answer is this Two of Wands. It's a new door opening for you. It's taking a step forward through a new doorway. And I like that, because it's like you get to stop speculating about the future, and if everything that you're working toward is actually going to pay off, because it is. It's just you need clarity, you need some quiet time, you need some self-care time, and you need to just pull back a little bit. Even if it's for a day or two, you're going to get that direct communication, and that's where that judgment, that wake-up call is going to come from. And you're also letting the universe step in and not taking control of the situation. Sometimes we just have to let the universe do its work and its magic here. And that Two of Wands is really the path forward. It's that door opening for you, Aries. So if you've been waiting for that door to open, your hard work is going to pay off. It definitely is going to pay off. So, Aries, that's your reading. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know if this spoke to your circumstances. I will be doing readings for Patreon only. So if you like the extended readings, those are something that you like, you can check out my Patreon, where I usually post extended readings for most of my readings. There won't be an extended for this, but you can get every extended reading for starting at $7 a month. So check out my Patreon if that interests you. Aries, have a great first 2 weeks of March. I hope this message helps you along. Thanks.